So according to statistics, close to 15% of people in the US take antidepressants, and close to 20% of people take different kinds of prescription medication for mental health. This is a huge amount of people, and there would be nothing wrong with it except that antidepressants have lots of side effects. So people are forced to choose between two evils: antidepressants and depression. You can either take antidepressants and have all the side effects like mood changes, weight gain, headaches, low libido, or simply feel depressed. In this video, I want to talk about a third option, which is ayahuasca. First, a disclaimer: I'm not a doctor, I'm not a mental health professional, and I am an ayahuasca retreat owner, so I will be biased. My understanding of this topic comes from working with more than 2,000 people that came here to LaWayra, to the retreat center that I founded with my wife 4 years ago, so I do know a fair bit about this topic. So first of all, there is nothing wrong with antidepressants. Sometimes people, when you're in a very bad state mentally, that's something that you need to take to basically survive. So it is really important that we don't shun antidepressants. They are a very valuable tool. The problem in the modern day society, though, is that doctors prescribe antidepressants left and right, but they don't seem to ever give you any instructions on when and how to quit them. As in, okay, you're depressed at the moment, take those antidepressants, and 6 months from now, you can start tapering off, maybe do following lifestyle changes or diet changes, and then you can stop taking them. Also, it seems that antidepressants are being overprescribed. Sometimes people come with a backache, and together with their pain medication, they receive antidepressants as a bonus on top. So this is not healthy, and it's not normal for 20% of population to be taking antidepressants. So where does ayahuasca come into the mix? First of all, an interesting fact: a very first antidepressant that was used in the Western society was ayahuasca. It was actually MAOI, extract from the ayahuasca vine, and it was introduced in the 50s. So if we as Western society were inspired by ayahuasca to create our first ever antidepressant, it's nothing strange to look at it from the point of view of how do we use this plant medicine to stop the epidemic of the depression and overuse of antidepressants that we're seeing right now. As opposed to taking your daily antidepressant, working with ayahuasca is less about treating the symptoms, but more about looking at the core reason as to why are you depressed. There is this belief that you're just depressed because your brain chemistry is wrong. I don't believe it is as simple as that. In most cases that we observe here at people that come to our retreat, there is an underlying traumatic event or several traumatic events in series that end up causing depressive symptoms. For example, let's say a close relative dies, or you end a long-term relationship, and after that you feel depressed. You would not assume that something bad happened to your brain. You would understand that there was an event that caused a natural reaction. What antidepressants do, they just suppress your ability to feel. They suppress your ability to eventually heal. As opposed to ayahuasca, ayahuasca will take you straight to the core of your trauma and allow you to process it in somewhat sped up fashion. And instead of taking a daily antidepressant, you might go to doing one retreat every year or so and then working with a therapist. So it still requires work. It's not this magical pill that you do a retreat and all your problems magically go away forever. You will still need therapy, you will need lifestyle interventions, but in my opinion there's much less side effects with this modality. And now we're faced with this problem that so many people facing when they decide to come to an ayahuasca retreat and work on their mental health. Ayahuasca is not compatible with antidepressants, especially the SSRI antidepressants, which can sometimes result in something called serotonin syndrome. So how do you then engage with ayahuasca and get your desired healing? There is no better option for now than to taper off antidepressants first. So first of all, get in touch with your doctor, talk to them about your desire to taper off antidepressants. There's many amazing videos on YouTube about the topic of tapering off antidepressants. Make sure you do it gradually, you lower your dose to avoid side effects. Once you've tapered off antidepressants for at least 4 weeks, you can then come and drink ayahuasca. Once you came and you worked with the medicine and you looked deeply into your trauma, negative emotions stored in your body somatically, you released something, you engaged in this beautiful traditional ceremonial container, you will get this ayahuasca afterglow. What brought me personally to ayahuasca was what I believe was depression. In my case, every time I would sit with the medicine, he would sort of lift up that fog for 2 to 4 weeks at a time, but then eventually would settle back in. Till one time in the ceremony, ayahuasca actually showed me that the root of my depression was lack of purpose in life, and eventually it helped me find that purpose. Since then, I've had moments where I definitely felt down, but they don't seem to last, and I don't think you would be able to call it depression anymore. So ayahuasca helped myself and hundreds of people that came through my retreat to kick their depression. The culprits for people that have successful experiences are people that take it seriously, take the preparation seriously, they journal during their experience, and then most importantly, they integrate. So let's say hypothetically, one day you come to LaWayra, hopefully you choose our retreat to have your ayahuasca experience, or maybe you go to other reputable retreats. Just make sure they are reputable. When you attend the retreat, you get your healing and you get your boost, and you get the boost to your mental health. What do you need to do afterwards to avoid going back to antidepressants? Integrate. Have a therapist, integration coach, develop healthy habits, yoga, meditation, journaling, and the chances are your depression will never come back. Depression is not always just this nasty disease that comes for no reason. Sometimes it's just your body or your mind telling you, let's slow down, let's focus on our emotions, let's process something. We as a society need to learn to stop repressing things and just putting them deeper into your closet and just hiding them deep within your psyche. Also, in case of treatment-resistant depression, like we work with people that take antidepressants, but they just stop working altogether, then in this case, ayahuasca might be one of your only options, and we've seen some good results with that as well. If you feel depressed, just know that there are options, know that there are solutions, and you will not need to rely on antidepressants for the rest of your life. Please, if you are planning to come to do ayahuasca, choose a reputable ayahuasca retreat. I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you in the next one. LaWayra. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you like it, give us a like, subscribe. Nothing is medical advice. We're just a plant medicine retreat following a shamanic tradition, so we're not doctors. If you're having any health issues, go find a doctor. See you in the next one.